Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. This is a reaction to 10 Olympic moments that redefined human limits. This will probably include the likes of Usain Bolt, Michael Phelps. I'm just trying to think of like the most well-known Olympic athletes. Phelps, Bolt, maybe like Mo Farah, Simone Biles. Trying to think of more. There's probably a lot more that I just won't know because I've not really been watching the Olympics recently, and from the past I won't know because I was too young. I've not really watched the Olympics since 2012, and for some reason this year I'm really into it, and I'm just doing all these reactions on YouTube to do with it as well. I don't know how many of you really care about the Olympics. I don't know how popular the Olympics really is in the US in terms of watching it. I feel like it's definitely up there because the US are always pretty much the most successful team up there a lot of the time. And yeah, so I mean, I assume in the US people, in terms of watching on TV, love to watch it and it's very popular. But I don't know. In the UK, it's pretty popular. I mean, it's on our main channels. It's free to watch, so we can watch it for free, not have to pay for the TV and all that sort of stuff. So it's pretty big in the UK. But for some reason, I wasn't really into it recently. But I've just got back into it. I'm loving it, and all these unique sports that I've never even watched before, I'm suddenly fully invested in. But yeah, we're gonna check this out and see these moments, see how they redefined human limits. I guess these will all be like world records, more or less, because I guess that's just how you judge defining human limits, etc. But yeah, we're going to check this out. Hopefully going to enjoy. Hopefully you're enjoying the Olympics. And yeah, let's check this out.
Faster. Stronger.
Ridiculous from the big man. Budapest.
Smarter.
How could we finish any other way?
The famous Olympic
Adam
Games
Peaty.
dates back thousands of years.
The boy.
What started with a few participants and
He is the British Phelps. If you don't know, get to know. No, I'm joking. I mean, he's a very good swimmer, but I'm sort of waffling out. I think Phelps was a very diverse swimmer, right? I think he was the best in multiple types of swimming.
just one event, running, has turned into an international symbol of unity, perseverance, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. From record-breaking performances to astonishing displays of athleticism, the Olympics have continually redefined what humans can achieve.
God
These
damn.
athletes have devoted their entire lives to the sport, training every day, eating the right food, and practicing over and over again. It all boils down to these few moments where they must perform. One small mistake could mean the difference between world recognition and absolute failure.
Pain. Pain.
Humans keep improving, getting more technically advanced. Records continue to be broken as we enhance our skills, but
I wonder why. Come on, I mean, let's be real. They're definitely advancing, but some things for sure help. 100%. And I respect it, man. You know what? Humans at their final form, I'm here for it. I mean, I say I'm here for it. I wouldn't do it myself, but
sometimes, every once in a while, an athlete does something so impressive, an execution beyond what was believed possible, that it automatically writes itself into the books of legends. Today, we're going to take a look at these moments. I now present to you 10 Olympic moments that redefined human limits.
here we go.
We start our list at number 10 with a woman named Yelena Isanbayeva. The 26-year-old Russian pole vaulter surprised the whole world when she stepped on stage at the 2008 Olympics. She obliterated the previous record, jumping a mind-blowing height of 5.05 meters.
Wow.
For some context, the last woman to hold the world record before Yelena was in 2001, vaulting a mere 4.81 meters.
She smashed it.
Yelena still holds the world record to this day. Too good to be beaten, I guess.
So is that Russian diet, man? You know? It's that Russian diet. They got some secret ingredients.
Speaking of impressive performances, at number 9 we
crazy,
have Paavo Nurmi. You may not know this man by name, but perhaps his nickname, the Flying Finn, rings a bell. His accomplishments are from an earlier era, but are still spoken of today, providing the magnificence of his feats. The Finnish legend was a long-distance runner, and he was fast. Across 3 Olympics from 1920 to 1928, Pavo earned 10 gold medals and 3 silver medals,
Damn.
truly displaying his superiority.
He was
I guess you
him.
could say he was in it for the long run.
He was him, man. Fair
Carrying
enough.
on to number 8, we have a man who many consider the face of the Olympics.
He is my favourite Olympic athlete of all time. I don't know, when I was like a kid, I used to love running, as most kids do, but in my school, I was like the fastest in my school. And when you're the fastest in your school, you're like on top of the world. That's like a 9-year-old being the quickest in your school. That's like the biggest flex. And then I grew up and realised, oh, I'm not actually as fast as I realised. Like I was still relatively quick, but compared to other people, I was just above average. But I used to love watching the sprinting. The 100 metres especially has always been my favourite event. But the long distance running as well, I always enjoy. 200 metres, the relays, like I've just loved watching it. So yeah, Usain Bolt, when he was on top of his game, for me, he is like the ultimate Olympic sort of athlete. He's not got the most medals, but he was just like, him and Phelps were definitely the two like top guys in their era for sure. I mean, Phelps in terms of the medals as well, but Bolt, name value, what he did, destroying the record, how no one comes close to it, like all these different things. I just enjoyed watching them.
Usain Bolt. At the Beijing Olympics in 2008, the Jamaican world-renowned sprinter stepped up to the starting block, about to completely shock the world. Seconds before sprinting, there was complete silence, followed by the starting blow. Bolt took off alongside 8 blood-hungry sprinters.
Oh, this is the 200.
19.3 seconds.
Look at him, bro.
Covering 200 meters. Bolt sprinted his way into a new world record, beating
Absolutely
the previous
smashed
record
it.
holder, American Michael Johnson, who had a time of 19.32 seconds. Bolt continued performing, but there's more about that later in the video.
Come on.
For now, let's shift our focus to number 7, Mark Spitz. Just like his number on this
I
list,
dunno.
the American swimmer stunned
10 world records? Are you joking?
the world by competing in 7 events and winning 7 gold medals in the same Olympics.
Wow.
It was back in 1972.
He's the original Michael Phelps. No, sorry. Phelps is Spritz. He was the new Spritz. Is it Spritz or Spitz? If I'm saying Spritz. Let's see.
Let's shift our focus to number 7, Mark
Spitz, not Spritz. Oh, I butchered that majorly. Look at those trunks as well.
class of his own when it came to swimming. Nobody could touch him. Each gold medal he won was a new world record, showcasing how much more advanced he was compared to his fellow competitors at the time. No athlete before Mark had won more than 4 gold medals in a single Olympics. Alongside his well-trimmed mustache, Mark became a global sports icon, transcending swimming to become a symbol of athletic excellence. Mark Spitz's 7 gold medals stood as the record for most gold medals in a single Olympics for 36 years.
Flip it
The
out.
man, however, who broke this record is included later in the list, so stay tuned.
I assume that's Phelps. I don't know.
At number 6, we have the Romanian woman Nadia Comaneci. Back in 1976, at the age of 14, she
Fucking
delivered the
hell.
performance of her life.
She was 4. Mate, how are you? I guess she's won the gold, for example, like for starters. 14 in gymnastics. Like, what the
Nadia was a gymnast, and at the Montreal Olympics in 1976, she delivered a performance so perfect that she scored the world's first perfect 10. After performing her routine
Wow.
and getting her perfect 10, the initial reaction from the crowd was rather confused because the scoreboard said 1.00 rather than 10.00, as it wasn't designed to show a perfect score, given that it had never happened before.
And that is Olympic history for Nadia Comaneci.
Moreover, Nadia went on to score a total of 7 perfect 10s in the same competition, proving she was just that much better of a gymnast than
At
any other human who
14.
ever set foot on this earth.
How? Bro, so when I watch the gymnastics, like, usually they have a little stumble occasionally, which obviously you can understand because they're doing all this stuff and they're doing these flips, trying to land them perfectly every time is pretty much impossible. She does this so
Any other
effortlessly.
human who ever set foot on this earth.
Wow.
10 she's got. She's got another 10. It is quite incredible.
Her performance significantly raised the standards in gymnastics. The level of precision, difficulty, and artistry required to achieve such scores set a new benchmark for future gymnasts and elevated the sport's overall profile. Naturally, her great achievements captured the attention of the whole world, and she quickly became a global sensation and a sports icon, especially to young gymnasts. Nadia Comaneci's perfect 10 symbolized the pinnacle of athletic achievement. It demonstrated that perfection in sport was attainable, even if only momentarily, and her name became synonymous with excellence and grace. Her performance did, however, expose the limitations of the existing rating system, leading to reforms in how gymnastics routines were evaluated and scored in subsequent competitions.
Doing this at 14 is crazy. Fair enough. Mental.
At number 5, we once again take it back to where it all began.
What's this guy?
Running.
I know this guy's name. He still runs now, I think. I don't know, I might be wrong. Oh, what's this guy's name?
Holding this spot is the Kenyan runner David Rudisha. At the London
Oh, no, I think there's someone else I'm thinking of then, who's now like the top guy in like long distance running.
Olympics in 2012, under perfect weather condition and a booming atmosphere, Rudisha stepped into the field and rewrote the history books by performing what was soon to be dubbed the greatest 800-meter race ever, shattering the then 15-year unbeaten record with almost 2 seconds, with a new time of 1 minute 40.91 seconds.
So 800 meters, so that's doing 100 meters every 15 seconds? Less than that. That's like doing 100 meters. No, that's like every 50. No, like 12 seconds? He done 100 meters. That is ridiculous. So you got 140. That's like basically doing it every 12 and a half seconds. 100 meters. How the fuck? He's done that quicker than most people can do 100 meters. I'm going to be honest.
What makes this performance so remarkable is the perfect running technique, minimizing loss of energy, coupled with strong endurance, which is why Rudisha led the whole race from start to finish. This underscores his dominance in the sport, as of 2024 the record still hasn't been broken. But never say never.
Wow.
Moving on to number 4 on the list, we have a man who truly understands the meaning of a leap of faith. Bob Beamon. The 22-year-old American long jumper stepped on stage at the Mexico City Olympics back in 1968. Usually, when a record is broken in long jump, it is beaten by small increments, typically a couple centimeters. But Bob Beamon had other plans. He sprinted to the line and took off, being in the air for almost a whole second before planting his feet in the sand. Bob managed to clear a distance of 8 meters and 90 centimeters, completely annihilating the previous record by a whole 55 centimeters, which is almost 22 inches. Everybody was shocked, and the score took 5, 10, 15 minutes to be validated because the judges didn't have the equipment that could measure such a long jump. Bob Beamon also added even more value to the Black Power salute, which was a statement against the systematic oppression of black people in America. Bob Beamon's record stood for a total of 23 years before being broken in 1991 by only 5 centimeters, really showing how incredible and groundbreaking Bob's jump was.
Shout out Bob, man. What a guy.
And finally, we've reached the top 3, shifting our focus back to running, but this time the female category. Back in 1988, an American woman named Florence Griffith Joyner competed in both the 100-meter and 200-meter sprints in the Seoul Olympics. Florence was untouchable as she sprinted her way to gold in both events. What made her performances so incredible,
she absolutely smoked them as well,
was the extent to which she broke the records. She beat the previous 100-meter record of 10.76 with a time of 10.49.
So when Bolt broke his record, he got like 9.5 something. I don't know what the record was before that, but he smashed it. She done the exact same, but this is 30 years prior. No, this would have been 20 years prior to when Bolt done it. She was a beast then.
And the previous 200-meter record of 21.71 with a time of 21.34. She was 270 milliseconds faster in the 100 and 370 millimeters faster in the 200 meter. That is a huge gap in sprinting. Her records were so much faster than any other woman to ever run in the Olympics that they still haven't been beaten to this day.
What?
This really
Maintaining a record for 30 plus years in the world that we're in, with all the training and all the stuff that we have. Although maybe they were using them back then, I don't know. That is wild. Like, she was so ahead of her time, she's still ahead of it now. Fair enough.
reflects the advancements made in technique and training methods to achieve such great results.
Unreal. She is her, man.
Speaking of great results, in our second seed we have the American swimmer Michael Phelps.
Oh, here we go.
Michael Phelps is the one and only person to surpass Mark Spitz from number 7 on the list in the number of gold medals won in a single Olympics. At the Beijing Olympics in 2008, Michael Phelps managed to score himself an astounding 8 gold medals.
What the
He won
fuck?
in many different events, showcasing his superiority, not just in different styles of swimming, but also in team-driven events, which displayed his
Mate, this is a flex and a half. So Beijing. So in London, he got these golds, these silvers. Rio, oh, mate, he is different, man. And the thing is, this can't be replicated, surely. I mean, there's that French guy who's going mad right now. I think he's got 3 golds as at the point of me recording this. He's going crazy. And I think he has the same coach as Phelps from what I've seen. They've been talking about that sort of stuff. Talk about consistency, though. He is an absolute... He's mental. How has he got all of this?
extreme
Fucking hell.
endurance and leadership. Nobody has even come close to winning that many gold medals in a single Olympics, and I doubt we'll see anyone get remotely close anytime
How many world records does he have as well?
soon.
Or did he have? Like, how many world records did he break when he got them?
Beautiful stroke he has. He juts that chin.
Why am I asking that? I can literally search it. How many world records did Phelps break? World record. Is a former long course world record holder in 200 meter freestyle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he was a short distance and a long distance swimmer. Oh no, sorry, he wasn't really a short distance swimmer. Because 100, I mean, it's quite short. I mean, the 100's a short. So yeah, he was a short distance swimmer and a relatively long distance swimmer. I would say 400 meters in swimming is pretty long distance. Obviously, I think there's 800 meters after that, and then it goes to like 1,500 meters. Flipping hell, he was just built different then. Did he ever compete in longer distance than 400, or was he like, I guess maybe you can't really be built to swim these distances and then 800 meters as well. But yeah, fair enough.
And right along the surface of the water.
Anyway,
See, in terms of ultimate Olympian, Phelps is the ultimate Olympian. I just think for me, Bolt is just like, he was who I grew up on, so that's probably like maybe what I'm thinking. That I say that Phelps was who I grew up on as well, because they're both in the Beijing Olympics, 2012 Olympics, 2016 Olympics. Did Phelps do Olympics before? Beijing? I don't really know. I don't actually know at all. Maybe he done 1 more Olympics than Bolt, because Bolt did 3 Olympics, I'm pretty sure.
enough is enough. I'm sure most of you know who is number 1 and what they did to attain this spot on the list. We, of course, have the previously mentioned man, the myth, the legend, Usain Bolt. Once again, reappearing on the list, the 100-meter men's sprint has always been the most sought-after event in the Olympics. Everybody wants to watch specifically the final to see the fastest humans alive compete in a matter of seconds. In the
Bro,
same
looking
Olympics
back
as
at them.
previously mentioned, Beijing 2008, Usain Bolt had big plans. The almost 2-meter, 6'4" giant stepped on stage and sprinted like none other had for over a decade. He beat the previous record of 9.84 seconds, crossing the finish line at 9.69, beating it by an insane 150 milliseconds, which is a huge amount over such a short distance. Not only that, but Bolt went on to beat his own record the following year at the 2009 World Championship in Athletics in Berlin, Germany, with a time of 9.86 9.58. A truly remarkable performance that displays the peak of human athleticism.
Crazy guy.
Bolt's record has yet to be beaten. I
There you
wonder
go.
if I'll ever get to see this record being broken. Maybe in another life, when humans have transcended to a state of perfection beyond what we understand today. It seems so unimaginable though.
Well, there we go. I really enjoyed this. You know what? It's cool to get these, like, I guess, these throwbacks to a lot of the athletes that I won't know about the past, in the past, like breaking all these records that some still stand today. Like breaking a record 30 years ago and in the current day, and like how we have just the sports culture now in terms of the training and the diets, the food. I keep saying that. I mean, I don't actually fully know, but I feel like with the Olympics, you gotta be juiced up a little bit. But like, yeah, like with how it is, it's just crazy that there's some records that still stand so long ago, and it just shows just how incredible they really were. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. Let me know your thoughts on this. Do you enjoy the Olympics? Do you follow the Olympics a lot, or is it just something that you don't really care about? Because that was really how I was before. I did watch a bit of the Olympics here and there. I saw like the main races, and I heard like the statistics of the most gold medals and stuff. But this year, for some reason, I'm just watching it a lot and enjoying it a lot. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this reaction. And until next time, like, subscribe, and peace.